Police Community Relations Committee in the studio. That's talking about ALHAJI FAROUK AKINTUNDE. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're looking at insecurity, multi-dimensional approach as a solution. And I know that the Police Community Relations Committee is also about security. And actually, it's national, it's regional. That's why we have the Southwest. And of course, it's been in the local level too, so to say. So, once again, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
ALHAJI, we want to look at security and the approach to prefer solution to curb it if you can't just take away insecurity in our societies. What do you think is the basis of this crisis all over? What do you think causes this insecurity? Is it from individual? Is it from groups? Is it from ethnic groups? Or some particular people are just prepared to cause problem in the society?
Well, thank you very much. When we are looking at security, we look at it holistically. And security is a problem ravaging the entire world now, not peculiar to a nation or a continent. And you agree to me when you are talking of security, it connotes, you are talking of terrorism, you are talking of human rights abuses, you are talking of fifth nation. All these give us a lot of challenges. It poses a lot of challenges for us. And we are in it all over the world, and we are looking, we are praying that one way or the other we should go over this one. Okay, let me take it from this way. For any progressive society, we must have a stable security. And if we don't have political stability, if we don't have stable security, we cannot have economic stability. And one of our challenges is that, look at it from this angle. Our government, on their own part, are not doing enough. And to us, we, the people, the citizens, we are also part of the problems. So if we are looking at it multidimensionally, we look at those people that are governing us. Are they doing the right thing? Are they empowering the security agencies? Are they doing enough? And if you have some people that you employed for a job, you didn't give them tools to work on, and you did not, encourage them with welfare, you cannot get the best out of it. So first and foremost, the government are not doing enough in that respect. I can say categorically, because I belong to PCRC, I know the government is not voting enough for the security. They choose to, vote for all other areas they believe they can have more joy than the security of people. And the reason is that they believe they are more secured, because all these security agencies that are supposed to be guiding the poor, the masses, have been deployed to the different offices and different homes. So they are less concerned about the masses.
Okay, ALHAJI FAROUK, let me ask this question, because you are the admin secretary of the PCRC. That is it's the Southwest, yes. PCRC. And I know that right now in the Southwest, the major challenge is to bring harmonization between herdsmen and farmers. That's been the problem that brought up Sunday Igboho. And of course, we all know that there was a summit on that in Ogun State. Yes. What's the name of this town in Yewa?
Yes.
That is, I've forgotten where the governor visited. Now, from your vintage position, what is the true situation? Because There are insinuations here and there that even the police and other security agencies that are on ground seem to be actually protecting the criminals. That when they take the case or some few cases of farm destruction by this herdsmen to the police station around that area, by the time some arrests are made about maybe those involved and their cows also, before you can say Jack Robinson, they are being released. And the kind of compensation that they actually make to somebody whose millions have been destroyed in terms of his farm is laughable. Do you hear this? And what kind of, what has been the position of the PCRC on this current situation that we are facing in the Southwest?
Yes, the PCRC has been going all out to connect both the people and all other security agencies together to a front that we can all tackle these insurgencies and the security lapses we are facing. But let me just disabuse the mind of people that the police are not doing well. The police are really doing well in this regards. But one of the challenges we have is our people.
How?
Thank you. We are living with these people.
Okay.
The security agencies we are talking about, they have minimal numbers of staffs, of officers that can, tackle these challenges. But for us as a people that are living with them, we are the people shielding criminals. We are the people protecting criminals. We should go back to the basis. In those years, if you have a strangers coming into a town, that strangers has to be known. It has to meet with the traditional institutions, either the ballets or the others. They will ask questions. They will give him where he's going to settle down. You understand? Once they approve the place where he's settling down, they monitor him. They keep vigil on him. They keep vigil on him. Unlike what we have now. You can see just these asmen or the Fulani we are talking about, they just jump from one place to another. And until we get a database of not only the Fulanis, of not only the asmen, but even the database of a particular set of people living in a community, government must have a database of all these people. We should know where they live. We should know where they work. We should know what they are doing. That will assist us in, fishing out people that have criminal tendencies. Let me give you an example. This Kenta police station that is a little bit here, you will expect Kenta police station there to cover from Ijai, far above this OGTV, from NNPC to Kobakwe, and all the officers in Kenta police station are under 40. They are to cover Olorunshogo. They are to cover all the new estates until all of us see security as everybody's business. That is when we have areas of tackling these challenges.
Okay, Alhaji Akintunde, is it proper or is it right for individuals to have protection, arms to protect himself? One, that is question one. Then the second question is that if everybody has that right to protect him or herself in the case of a security crisis, won't it bring further crisis in the society? And if it brings further crisis, what should we do at that point?
Well, I am not part of people that support every person taking up arms, because we have individual differences, and even for little differences, even for little misunderstanding, we just discover someone will just go inside his room, pick up his guns or whatever arms and started using it. That is not what weapons and arms are meant for.
Okay.
So I'm not part of that proponent, and I don't think that one can solve the problem. It will further compound the problem.
So how do we provide our own security, since the government cannot do everything, cannot secure everybody at every point in time? How do we secure ourselves, looking at the situation on ground in the country?
Well, we should look at what are the causes. What are the causes of these security challenges? What poses it? There is this government's inability to perform its constitutional roles to the citizens. Most of the government have failed in that regards. We have so many students now roaming about the streets. We have so many graduates now, here and there, that they can't get a job. All these poses security challenges. And within the society, you will see these our money people going to parties to spray a lot of money. They are intimidating people that doesn't have. It poses security challenges as well. So we need to go back to our cultures, we need to go back to our values, and we need to orientate ourselves so that all these things that are happening in the society can be curtailed. So from the government needs to be proactive, because the government we have today, they rise up to issues when it has happened. They did not try to prevent those issues before coming on board. In some many years ago, you have these people, they are called SSS now, but in those days they are called NSO. You have NSO people around the communities. You will not know them. They are in the market. They are in the beer parlors. They are also working in different government establishments, reporting back on what they discover second by second, minute and minute. We don't have that now. What we have now is that we sit down until we have a problem and we start looking for solution. But then those people will have got hint that there is likely going to be an upsurge of crime somewhere, and once they make recommendations, the government tackles it immediately.
Without even the people knowing.
Honestly.
Okay.
And there is this gross act of indiscipline here and then, even from our different homes. When you failed to nurture your child well, the child will come back to give you problems in the society. So these are the areas we need to go. I said we need to go back to the basis. Let us look back and see what are the things that we and both the government does in the last so many years ago that give us peace that we are not doing now, and so that we can try.
ALHAJI, how do we resolve the challenge of some people having access to weapons and the law seems not to be catching up with them?
Well, that issues, the government is to be blamed for that, because it seems like even the laws we are operating in this country is meant for some certain sections of the people. Yes. I talked about indiscipline the other time. You will be on a lockdown traffic jam. You'll be waiting in a traffic, and you see some other people coming, bypassing the rules, going away. Are they more important than all of us?
They are VIPs.
They are VIPs. They are VIPs, but these are the VIPs that travel abroad. Did they see that kind of a thing at where they travel to? When you go to America.
Even I want to say that apart from ambulances, which is likely to be taking a sick person on an emergency, no government official, no policeman, I mean, should use, during hold-up, use, even the commissioner of police was supposed to be on the queue.
It's even irritating. You discover so many times now, you get some vehicles with spy number. Who give them, who allotted that spy number? Is it not the government? And they are using these spy numbers to intimidate common man. Those people that have spy number, on getting to the road block, nobody will check them. Even if they are carrying some illegal arms or anything, they are being protected.
And we see military men just come down, clear road for their bosses,
and the hold-up continues. So this act of indiscipline is everywhere. It has eaten up the society, and it causes a lot of things. All these intimidations, different intimidation from the rich, from the government, are also part of our problem here today.
So, ALHAJI, let's look at, in those days, I hear that for a child to be trained, communally people will train him. It's not only for the parent only to train that child. And when they see that child behaving abnormally, in some sense, they call that child to order, not waiting for the parents. Nowadays, when you scold a child without the parent knowing, causes problem. Causes problem. Don't you think this is part of our problems, causing insecurity in the country? Because we know that when you don't train a child well, when a child is not properly taken care of, goes out in the society and does what it feels like doing, and in the end, criminal tendencies will creep in.
I said this earlier that we have lost our moral values. It's part of it now. In those days, you as a student, can you afford to look at the height of your teacher? In those days. Even after all, if you see your teacher coming from an angle, you better take to your heels. Because there is discipline, there is this respect, there is this dignity. All these are not there today. Even not within the community, even within a home, you see a child looking up to his parents. Because the moral values are not there again. We are not being taught, students are not being taught that moral value, even at schools now. So we've lost it. We have to go back to the basis. This is where we got it wrong.
Okay, what is the message the PCRC in the Southwest taking to the various communities, the various CDAs in this trying moment?
Yes, it has always been our own message, and that is exactly what we stood for in PCRC, that security business is everybody's business. We should be conscious of our society. We should monitor everything, and immediately when you see something, you say something.
All right,
so saying something means you act as detective in the society?
Not only you act as a detective. You are in a community. You discover there is a boy or there is a man living above his means. A means which you as a person cannot even establish. He's riding big cars, and you are harboring him.
Staying probably in your house.
Staying probably in your house.
As a tenant.
If you don't alert the security agency for them to come and interrogate him, it can cause big problem for you and the society tomorrow.
Okay.
That is why we say, whenever you see something, say something.
ALHAJI, let's further ask you, what are the roles of PCRC in the society? We know that you hold positions, you have president, you have a vice president, you are the admin secretary for the Southwest. what really is the role of PCRC in our communities?
Well, the PCRC is an organization formed by the Nigerian police itself in 1984, almost 47 years ago. Because they discovered then that the police that are charged with that constitutional rules of maintaining peace and security in the society, they lack the manpower to adequately cover their job. So they thought it wise, that Inspector General of Police, then Etimion, thought it that it is wise, it is necessary to collaborate the people. So the PCRC is an agency established to assist the police in information gathering.
As informants?
Well, don't call them as an informant. Don't call them as an informant, because if somebody is supplying an information that can assist you, you cannot call that person an informant. We are not being paid. Okay. It is a voluntary organization. Okay. We assist the police in putting back all these bad vehicles on roads from our personal money. We refurbish different police stations. We assist them in their social well-being. Most of the times, they are widows. Nobody is looking after them. We give scholarships to their children to motivate those officers that are still on ground. So these are many more what PCRC stood for. And these are many more what we are doing, not only in Ogun State, but in the whole country.
Okay, as we begin to wrap up this segment of the program, ALHAJI FAROUK AKINTUNDE, what will be your message to the people, especially we can't drive Fulani herdsmen away from our community. The law-abiding ones, some of them we know, some of them have been speaking Yoruba for a very long time, and of course they are part of us. But definitely some intruders are probably intruded in, and that's what we are having. At that level of the community, because most of the communities are new communities, some are deserted during the afternoon when we all go to our various workplaces, and some even in the night, because not everybody, the place is dark. And so what kind of message, or trying to be security conscious, in trying to be security conscious, what kind of message goes to them regularly from the PCRC?
First and foremost, I want to urge the government to be proactive. To be proactive by, we are talking of communities. Most of the communities today doesn't have street lights. We don't have street lights. Even our major roads, you can't see street lights. This abhors criminals much than we expect. So the government needs to be proactive in doing what they ought to do to the benefit of the society. That's number one. Then number two, the government and the community should collaborate together to have a database of all people living in a particular community. If we know ourselves, people that are living in the community, then we can address these issues of security once and for all. That will give us the headway.
Thank you very much. We've been discussing insecurity, multidimensional approach as a solution. And we've been having the Southwest Admin Secretary of the Police Community Relations Committee, PCRC, ALHAJI FAROUK AKINTUNDE. Thank you very much for coming onto the program.
You're welcome.
We've been here since around 6:30 a.m. It's time to go. And of course, it's the Wednesday edition of Newdawn with Charity James and AKINTUNDE. We'll see you again Wednesday next week, God willing. But don't forget, Monday, Newdawn, Wednesday, Newdawn, and Friday, Newdawn. And this particular Wednesday is the Ash Wednesday, where the Christians are starting their 40 days Lent fasting. Okay, it's called Lent.
Yes.
40 days.
So on that note, we say goodbye, and when we see you next week, it will be with another topic on our Newdawn edition of Wednesday. And AKINTUNDE and Charity James will be here to give you all that you need to know on that day. See you next week. by God's grace.